Welcome back to Rare Coins USA Box, the place where everyday coins can secretly hold extraordinary value. Today's video might completely change the way you look at your pocket change, because we are about to uncover $0.75 that look ordinary, but could be worth an unbelievable fortune. Yes, you heard that right. Some of these quarters have shocked collectors by selling for more than $300,000 at auction. That's not a joke, and it's definitely not a rumor. These coins have actually been discovered in normal circulation, inside old jars, drawers, and forgotten collections, which means one of them could still be hiding in your own home right now. So before we dive in, take a second to think about where your spare change might be sitting. Maybe there's a small container on your desk, a piggy bank from years ago, or even a handful of coins lying in your car. Because by the time this video ends, you might be running to check every single quarter you own. Today, we'll explore fascinating minting mistakes, historical coin transitions, and rare features that collectors search for all over the world. Each coin we discuss carries a hidden story, a moment in American history captured in metal. And sometimes, those stories turn into life-changing discoveries. All right, let's begin with the first coin, 1965 Washington quarters dollar. Coin number 1, the 1965 Washington quarter. And this one is where things start to get seriously interesting. At first glance, the 1965 quarter looks completely ordinary. You've probably seen dozens of them, maybe even spent one without a second thought. But what most people don't realize is that 1965 was a year of major transition in U.S. coin history. This was the first year the U.S. Mint officially moved away from 90% silver coins and began producing quarters using a copper-nickel clad composition. That means almost every 1965 quarter you'll find today contains no silver at all. But here's where it gets exciting. A small number of 1,965 quarters were accidentally struck on leftover 90% silver planchets from 1964. These rare error coins look nearly identical to regular quarters, but they're dramatically more valuable. We're talking thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars depending on condition. So how do you spot one? First, check the edge of the coin. A normal 1965 quarter will show a visible copper stripe along the edge. But a silver version? It will have a solid silver edge with no brown or reddish line at all. Next, pay attention to the weight. A standard clad quarter weighs about 5.67 grams. While a silver one comes in slightly heavier at around 6.25 grams. That small difference can mean a huge payday. And here's the crazy part. Some of these silver 1965 quarters have actually been discovered in everyday circulation. People found them in pocket change, coin rolls, and old collections, completely unaware of what they were holding. Imagine that. A coin worth thousands, sitting quietly in a jar on your shelf. That's what makes this hunt so thrilling, because the difference between an ordinary quarter and a rare treasure could be just one tiny detail, and most people never even look. Now, don't go anywhere because the next coin on this list gets even rarer, and what collectors are paying for it might shock you. Coin number 2, the 1966 Washington quarter, and this one might be even more deceptive than the first. At a quick glance, the 1966 quarter looks just like any other coin you've handled 100 times. No mint mark, no flashy design change, nothing that immediately screams valuable. But that's exactly why so many people overlook it, and sometimes that mistake can be costly. Just like 1965, the 1966 quarter was part of that critical transition period when the U.S. Mint had already switched to copper-nickel clad coins. Silver was supposed to be completely gone by now. But in rare cases, something unexpected happened. A few 1966 quarters have been discovered that were mistakenly struck on silver planchets, the same 90% silver blanks used before 1965. These error coins are extremely rare, and when they do show up, collectors go crazy for them. Depending on condition and verification, some have sold for thousands to over $20,000. So how can you tell if you got one? Start again with the edge. If you see that copper stripe, it's a standard coin. But if the edge is completely silver with no visible layering, your heart should start beating a little faster. Then comes the weight test. A normal 1966 clad quarter weighs around 5.67 grams. A silver version will be heavier, closer to 6.25 grams. That difference might feel tiny, but in the coin world, it's everything. There's also another detail most people miss. During 1965 to 1967, the U.S. Mint removed mint marks to discourage collectors from hoarding coins. So if you ever come across a 1966 quarter with a mint mark, that's a major red flag, in a good way. It could indicate a rare and valuable error, and those are the kinds of coins that can bring in serious money. And here's the part that makes this even more exciting. These coins weren't locked away in museums. Some were found in circulation, mixed in with regular change, passed from hand to hand like they were nothing. Think about that for a second. A coin worth thousands, possibly sitting unnoticed in your home right now. That's the thrill of coin collecting. The smallest detail can turn an ordinary moment into a life-changing discovery. Stay with me, because the final coin on this list is the one that has shocked collectors the most, and its value might be hard to believe. Coin number 3, the final coin, the 1969 Washington quarter, and this is where things reach another level. By 1969, the U.S. Mint was fully committed to clad coinage. Silver quarters were a thing of the past, or at least, that's what everyone believed. The 1969 quarter was supposed to be completely ordinary, just like millions of others produced that year. But hidden among them are a few coins that break all the rules. We're talking about rare mint errors that have turned simple 1969 quarters into highly sought-after collector pieces. One of the most exciting possibilities is a 1969 quarter struck on the wrong planchet, including leftover silver planchets or even blanks meant for other coins. These mistakes are incredibly rare, and when discovered, they can sell for thousands, even pushing toward that six-figure range in extreme cases. Then there are off-center strikes where the design is visibly misaligned, leaving part of the coin blank. The more dramatic the error, the higher the value. Some of these have sold for shocking prices because no two are exactly alike. Another big one? Double die errors. This happens when the coin's design is stamped more than once slightly off alignment, creating a noticeable doubling effect, especially on the date or lettering. To the untrained, it might look like a flaw, but to a collector, it's a jackpot. And just like the previous coins, your first clue is often in the details. Check the edge. Does it look unusual? Look closely at the date and lettering. Do you see doubling or distortion? Examine the overall strike. Does anything seem off-center or misaligned? Because here's the truth. Most people never notice these details. They spend these coins without a second thought. They sit in jars, drawers, and old collections for years, completely ignored. But every once in a while, someone looks a little closer and everything changes. A coin worth thousands, maybe even more, hidden in plain sight. That's what makes the 1969 Washington quarter such a powerful finale to this list. It's not just about age or silver content anymore. It's about rare mistakes, tiny details, and the possibility that something extraordinary is hiding in the most ordinary place. So before you walk away, take one last look at your spare change, because one small detail could be the difference between 25 cents and a life-changing discovery.